All right, let's just see what's up today. After I got off the show yesterday, hell, I got a lot of calls, which pisses me off because why didn't you motherfuckers call while you was on here? Why are you mostly just talking in that chat and you don't want to interact with my black ass? But anyway, you should know in life there are things that truly matter. And these things have a direct effect on your life. Now, if you was driving 50 miles an hour, wouldn't you want to know if there was a brick wall around the corner you're about to turn on the freeway? I mean, this wall is there for only one reason, waiting for you to crash into it. Now, if you had no idea that a brick wall was around the corner, what would happen? See, this is how students at SWU see learning. What was once something they wanted no parts of, they now embrace. And you want to know what that is? Thinking. They embrace it. Now, you should wonder why is that? And I would tell you because they now know why and what's important. They know what's important in life, and they know to distinguish those points from other points. Because every goddamn thing is not important. See, these students now have learned to prioritize everything. Simple things you don't do today. Prioritize. Critical think. Critically think. I'm just saying. Things that's holding you back are the goddamn things you allow to control you. Not at SWU. So you guys better wake up. One of the good things about our one-on-one calls is I show the students, where they really are at. Fuck what you talking about. If that's where you at, you can represent it. And even if they can't, I'll show them how. No matter what you claim, the proof is in the pudding, as they used to say. The pudding being your opportunity to show your damn improvements by participating in life. You guys are letting life live you. You're not living life. You're not participating in shit. You're not doing shit. You waking up and letting shit happen. And none of it really involves speaking to, a lot of live females. I cannot understand how. Wait a minute. My number, 702-605-4721. Call in 702-605-4721. This is the way we gonna kick it every morning. that I'm blessed to wake up, because I'm up there. But any goddamn way, the things that you allow to control you are the things that's holding you back. And one of the good things, as I was saying, about the one-on-ones that we have is I show the students where they're really at, no matter what the fuck you claim. So the opportunity to show your improvements by doing what you say you can do is very relative right now for all of you guys. Because what I teach is how to survive if you was on the streets. But I eliminate all the fucking dangers that you gotta face being on the streets. But once you start utilizing this information, you gonna be on the streets. So do you need me to show you how to be on the streets? Or can't you learn how to be on the streets? I'm not saying living day to day, not having meals and shit on the streets. I'm talking about on the streets mentally to where people can't get shit past you. A lot of motherfuckers play word games. If you go for it, you just go for it. You got played. But if you get this mentality, you ain't gonna get played. You just ain't. See, I don't need uh, the practice. And it's obvious you feel you don't need it either. But why do you continue to strike out when you get at women? I like to think, I don't really believe I can say this, but I like to think I could say, I don't strike out ever. I talk hella shit, and if you have listened to, the shit I talk, you'll understand that I talk the same shit uh, when I get at women. And I prove it every time one call and I get at them. Because I do it right in front of you. And I don't know when they call it. So what I'm saying is I'm not just talking to you or just having some sort of prophecy. No, I really live the shit I'm saying. I talk hella shit and I'm just gonna keep talking shit and I'm not gonna stop because you got a skirt on. Why can't you guys hear the science in what I'm saying to you? The science is being laid down right in front of you in real time and you don't pick it up. I mean, you want to hear what a motherfucker say. But then, are you hearing the words sentence for sentence so that you can repeat the words sentence for sentence? Or are you looking at the science that's being used? Women don't frighten me as they do you. So why don't you see the format being used when I get at a motherfucking woman? Why don't you pay attention to what's being done? The road I'm laying down and how she's following it like it got yellow bricks in it. You remember follow the yellow brick road. But any motherfucker way, I'm just saying, why don't you see that shit? Well, you can't take it in because you won't seal the information that you're getting from me into your very being. Otherwise, talking to those women who call in and are willing to answer questions, it's just what the fucking doctor ordered for you guys. A controlled environment where you can get answers, but you're too fucking scared. I don't really trip like that. I really would like for more women to call in. But I'm a lot to deal with, so they be kind of scared, just like y'all. But I could understand the women being scared. I can't understand y'all being scared. But it's cool. If you're scared, you're scared until you ain't. At best, at best, you guys sit, listen, and hear that the only men who move on these women to speak truthfully are the ones who have bought my course. They are the only ones who have two nuts and are not afraid to expose them to women. See, that's what y'all problem is. You want to fit in, so you might not be able to show your two nuts. I showed my two nuts in Bogart. I'm Bogarting on the scene. I ain't trying to fit in. I'm gonna redesign that motherfucker. So I salute, a big salute to the motherfuckers who have stepped their goddamn game up. Put this little Abba Dabba that they're able to get from me. Put that shit to work and started growing, getting more and more game. Because this shit only shows you how to think. It does not think for you. So what I'm saying is, when you see what you see without this shit, you think whatever the fuck you think. But when you see the exact same thing, but you got this shit, you see a totally different thing, and whatever it is you're seeing is letting you know if you want to fuck with it, and you do all of that in a nanosecond, and you just going about your day. It ain't like you just, well, you do change, but it ain't like you just physically gonna change, gain 75 pounds overnight. You ain't gonna do that shit. But what happens is these dudes with this goddamn Abba Dabba are able to witness that they see whatever it is they're seeing, and they can see it when they're tested. Anytime some motherfucker or things or life or shit is testing you, you'll see it, and you won't be thrown for a loop when you realize you're taking the test as you see it. Things happen right now. Things don't happen because you planned it to happen tomorrow. So you got to be ready. So something's going to test you. Something's going to test your beliefs. Something's going to test your everything. That's why when you get a chance to do something live on this show, you don't realize the benefits you're getting. You're getting a lot of benefits, especially when you're talking on the phone. See, you motherfuckers want to keep everything you think a goddamn secret, like it's a nuclear bomb. It is a nuclear bomb. That's why everything you try blow up. Because you don't know how to fuck with a nuclear bomb. You let the nuclear bomb handle you instead of you handling the nuclear bomb. That's a very important distinction that you better get used to. Now, the proof is indeed in the pudding. And my alumni proved the pudding indeed can be handled. How many times would you tell a dummy something to do and expect him or her to be able to do it? Yeah, I just listening to this shit. Ain't nobody calling in. Fuck it. I'm gonna just talk, I guess. But I'm saying, how many times would you do that? So you need problems in your life, and something like that is a problem for you to solve. See, how many times would you tell a dummy something and expect that motherfucker to be able to do it? Now, take that question. First of all, you're talking to a dummy, and you had already told him whatever one time. So they saying, how many times will you tell the motherfucker something and be expecting him to do it? If you tell the motherfucker twice and then get ready to tell him for a third and a fourth time, you shouldn't be trying to answer that fucking dude's that question. You should be wondering which one of you motherfuckers is the dummy. Because once or twice, maybe three times, but once or twice, they got that for me. But I don't even really go with twice. I'm gonna tell you, and if you can't get it, yeah, I will go with twice. If you don't get it, I know I'll be saying some heavy shit, so I will repeat it. But I'm talking about trying to make you get it. Shit, I ain't doing that. Now, here's a problem. Two motherfuckers got this game. They both laced. Now, they wanted to give a party, but they couldn't agree on whose house to give it at. Both of them knew if it was at their pad, it would get him the most credit. And they both knew from that credit, they coming up with some new hoes. How should they decide? Now, how would you decide? God, it's like I'm talking to myself. You guys kill me. Can somebody please answer these fucking questions? Or do you just want to be a frog on a log? Can't do nothing but croak. Shit. Silly motherfuckers. Now, uh, one of the niggas, first of all, how would you decide? You decide by comparison. I mean, comparing them. I said comparison, but comparison is how you would do it. But you have to compare them. Now, one of the niggas lived in a 4-bedroom home, laid out in powder blue, wall to wall carpet, laid out fucking leather furniture, formal dining room, and each of his bedrooms laid out in the latest bedroom furniture. Now, the other nigga lived in a 2-story home laid out with a 12-piece playpen for the living room, 4 bedrooms laid out in the latest fashion, a Chinese fireplace in the backyard, and a gorgeous view of the city. Both had all the amenities anyone could want. So how do you decide? How the fuck do you decide? While you think about that, I made a comment about competition. And it sparked a lot of discussion. One fool made the comment that it was insignificant, the question, because real men don't need to compete. Now this nigga was far off base when it comes to this game. See, because something you don't know. Most men in the square world thinks as this dude thinks. Caller, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man? This is Ron. I wanted to ask a question.
Come on.
I mean, just to make sure you ask the question, what room, how should they choose? My first thing would be like get a different crib. like rent out a crib or
That's not
go too
choosing.
far.
That's not choosing, brother. That's compromising.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say anything about compromising.
No, you're right. You did it. I get that.
Listen to me, bro. This you just made my point. Dudes don't want to compete. Dudes would rather do anything but head up compete. Because if you compete, that means you gotta choose one or the other.
Right.
So I'm saying I would definitely want to choose my shit just as he would. But
Mm.
the fact is, the party was given. And it actually was at my crib. But it wasn't at my crib because I was better or any of that. It was at my crib because of how my crib was set up with the circular driveway and it was on a little hill, and off that hill you can see all of LA and all that shit. It wasn't better than his, but it had a better view. And we both was trying to be big niggas. Period. So we hired the goddamn valet. We hired the motherfuckers to cater it. And what we did to make it special was we told them niggas they had to come in tuxes. They had to come formal. Tuxes, and the bitches had to have on gowns. And what I'm saying is, Tay thought of that. And what I'm saying, he got credit for the whole party. Now, I'm not saying he came up and I didn't, or I did and he didn't. I'm saying the compromise that we both was equal. And as long as we agreed, not the compromise, the decision was we both was equal. And as long as we agreed on what we was doing without any kind of animosity or nothing, it was cool. But the next four parties was at his crib. So who's winning? I'm just saying, if his crib is fly as a motherfucker and mine is fly as a motherfucker, and people know we hang, it just means we supposed to be hanging together because we both fly and we compete daily. Me and that nigga compete daily. And so, you got anything else?
No, that's it. Thank
Oh,
you.
all right, thanks, brother. So, what I was talking about, what I was getting ready to say, as far as choosing, uh, most men, you know, in the square world, think like this dude think because of their insecurity concerning themselves. Uh, in the life we led, if you were not willing to compare yourself with another nigga that's queued up, especially one you see rolling, you weren't willing to grow in this game. Now, let me give you a clearer, a better example. You got the NBA, let's say. You got the top five motherfuckers in the NBA that by pay. You could choose who you think is the best, but when they got ready to give a party, do you think they wouldn't think where they live is the place to give the party? Because if you would consider they both top flight, I mean, all of them top flight NBA players, they don't live in no hotel. They got a mansion. Now, as far as who got what the most, blah, 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 all that might come into play. But as far as that go, it would be either the motherfucker that thought of it or the motherfucker's partner that thought of it. Why? Because everybody got money. It ain't about money. It's about what we want to do it at. But if you can't compare, you can't choose. When I do get in those moods, I ask simple but compelling questions. When this niggas with this game get together, their lives are the center of the conversation. And yes, it includes all the things that we mentioned in regular conversation. But when niggas like us get a set, something has to make it stand out, or else you just giving a set. Nobody wants to do that. Now, think of this. We also rented a 99-foot yacht. Man, this was back in the 80s. And we hired a captain and crew, and we catered that motherfucker. But on this one, we brought a magician on, a magician from the Magic Castle. And we thought that was really, really fly. But before we actually sent out the invitations, we put you got because coming formal became our thing as far as making it stand out. Because you can't bring your wallet. You can't bring no money. Because this ain't no hustle. We ain't trying to hustle a bunch of motherfucking niggas. We trying to give a niggas like a awards party, like the Academy Awards. You know, something like that. Not that we got motherfuckers standing up getting awards. It's just that you got to come formal, like you do to those things, and everything is on us. Maybe it don't be like that at those things. But what I'm saying is everything is on us. We did that when we rented the Candy Store, which was a very popular club. We did that on that yacht. We did that at Shantae's place in Playa del Rey. What I'm saying is if we didn't compete with each other, we wouldn't have thought of these things to do. Period. That's why none of y'all think of these things to do. You just whatever. When two live niggas are rolling, but have their own recipes for how it's done, they damn sure will compare and compete. Cause I'm telling you, my lifelong goddamn partner Shantae Parker will tell you, he and I competed every single day of our lives. And if you're not willing to compare yourself with competition, you've already lost the game. You can tell yourself, or you can explain clearly to yourself why you should not compete. But the plain and simple truth is, you ain't shit, and you know it. Competing is for real men. Screaming comments from the side is called sidelining, and it's for spectators, those who claim to be real. I'll challenge any of you to do a fucking semester with me at my school and not come out seeing the light. You guys better jump on this fucking off of this challenge. I'm not gonna keep telling you about this game because I'm gonna include everything. Not I'm gonna I already have everything included in SWU's curriculum. I'm trying to get all of you to jump on this motherfucking shit I'm talking about, before it's too late. For $100, you can get 6 conversation tools. Caller, what's up?
Yeah, this is Brian again.
Yeah, I thought this was the
Really,
same caller. What you say, bro?
yeah, you really motivated me. So I'm in SWU. I know I haven't been doing what I'm supposed to, but with this motivation, I want a challenge and I long for a challenge. So uh, I want to put a challenge out who can get the baddest bitch.
Hey, bro, that ain't a challenge. You know why?
Why?
What's a bad bitch?
A good looking girl that really fuck with you or a girl that really fuck with you. That's in my eyes.
Well, what about a broad that's a little overweight and she ain't really fine, but she ain't ugly. But she do every goddamn thing you want, damn near the way you want it, damn near without you asking for
That's
it.
a bad bitch too.
So what I'm saying is, the one that come up with the baddest bitch, how would you know? Because it can't be how the bitch look.
Right. That's right. Well, I mean, it was just a thought, but I just changed your criteria. Now
Check
you
this
work
out,
for
brother.
for like
Since you want to think so much, which is good. What you don't you think, which is good, but you don't critically think. You do not take what you're thinking and break it down so that you'll know what you're talking about when you speak about it. You just have a vast idea of a fine bitch, and you say, the one that come up with the baddest bitch. And then you get this really cute light skinned bitch, whatever. I get this oriental bitch. The next motherfucker get this big old bitch. How we gonna tell who's the best bitch? Because if we look at that big bitch, we eliminate her. But she liable to be the baddest bitch because she might be worth her weight in gold. If it's about being worth your weight in gold, which one of them bitches is the baddest bitch?
right. I get what you're saying.
Which one?
The one that got a weight or worth their weight of gold.
If all of them are worth their weight in gold, which one of those is the baddest bitch?
Um, I don't know.
Listen to me, man. Really, all you guys listen. The answer is in the question. And you didn't get it because you guys don't want to think. Wait. Obviously, the one that weigh the most is worth the most. If they all worth their weight in gold, this 125-pound bitch is worth 125 pounds of gold. This 140-pound bitch is worth 140 pounds of gold. This 220-pound bitch is worth 220 pounds of gold. So which is the bad bitch?
When they wait for.
Goddamn right. There's ways to come with answers to anything you propose if you would think through it. I ain't gonna get, trapped by some motherfucker being slick with some words. Cause I do what I'm telling you to do. I do it fast though. I don't, take my time and do it. I think critically in nanoseconds. Because shit has happened a lot of times. Not bad shit, not good shit, but shit, period. And you got to be ready for that shit, or else you won't be ready. And then what? You subject to fate or whatever. Fuck fate. I'm going to be subject to me, and I want you to be subject to you. That's why I talk this shit, brother.
I appreciate that.
All right, bro. You got anything else?
No, no sir.
All right. Hey, you guys, I sure hope you don't be the only one to call in. There's a lot of things we could talk about it on this damn show. But them 6 conversation tools are for your benefit. They're usually $65 each. And for $120, you can get 6 mentality tools. Same thing, except it's on the mentality tip. And you need these tools in preparation for the conversations you gonna have. Who knows what will work and what won't? I sure as hell do. Why? Because I've tried all kinds of shit. I didn't try all kinds of shit and I didn't believe it all. I'm not bullshitting. I got 4 new categories of shit. Caller, what's up? I cannot hear you. Only a little better, man. You got to get a better connection or something. What's up?
Yeah, man, I'm just calling from the UK and just sending love, you know.
Okay, you calling from the UK, and whatever you did when you spoke last, are you too far from the phone, or you got on headphones or something?
No, my phone's just playing up, man. I don't know.
Okay, what's up? I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm just calling from the UK. So, I just want to big you up because I've been implementing that think it, is it think it, do it? Yeah,
Yeah.
think it, do it. and it's like it's made a lot of fucking changes in my life. So even people recognize, and girls are coming to me like from all parts of the world now. You know,
Hey, that's good, man. But what specifically do you think that Think It Do It has done for you?
it's made me stop overthinking and believing my decision.
Hey, listen, man, without you going any further, that is what it's about. Most motherfuckers overthink and then they don't believe in their decisions. And that's what Think It
Yeah,
Do It makes you do. It makes you not only think quickly, but you believe what you think. And you get
a
results
hundred.
that you're getting, you really gonna be sprung on it. You're gonna love
Yeah.
it. Is that it, bro?
Nah, so basically, I used to pay like $100 for one of the memberships, but I didn't really take action to be honest.
Yeah.
And I've changed to the $50, and I just want to know what's the main difference between the two.
The $50 is basically just the course.
Right.
Um, it is the course, but the $100, those tools I was just talking about, it has 20 of each of those tools in it. Plus, it has some other shit in it that makes the value of it go up. But then there's the $500 that gives you a full year access to the site into anything that I create in that year, and it gives you access and uh, you can see anything on my site. Whereas every level has something from the site. The first level have whatever it has. The second level has what the first level have and whatever else it has, and the third level has what both of those level have and whatever else it has. So it just depends on what you want, bro. I tell everybody you only really need the $50 level because
Right.
that's gonna make you want whatever it is you want next. I'm saying
Okay.
if you want to uh, really expound on conversation, then you need those conversation tools because it has 36 different instances that you can use, not the actual conversation, but you can use the conversation on the tool as a template for you to come up with conversations. And the reason you're going to be able to do that is because the first one is going to tell you about in the course, it's going to tell you about an arsenal, which you have to make up an arsenal. So if you can make up an arsenal, you can easily make up your conversation. It's just you guys don't put shit in formats that you can do it in. You just have the whole fucking idea, but you don't structure it. So what we've done at Sidewalk University is structured the shit. The goal level is the basic structure, giving you confidence. The platinum level is giving you confidence, but you don't want to get the tools or the mentality tools first. A lot of people get the $100 thing and they get the tools, mentality, in the conversation tools, and they can't do them. Why?
Yeah.
Because they don't have no confidence. They
Yeah.
skipped over the confidence part so they can get to this part, which they think is more exciting. But instead of them dealing with the confidence part, they go straight to the tools. They want to
Makes
know.
sense.
They want to know how to talk. They want to know how to do this, that, and the other. But it tells you if you want to do this, you got to be able to do this. So you got to approach the blah 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 blah. My point is, how they gonna do that if they don't have any confidence?
Right. Right. It makes sense, man. Because I've got a couple of courses that I've bought from a few selected mentors, and you lot have all said the same thing. You've got to get your mind right before you do anything.
Well, you said you got the course, right?
Yeah.
I want you to start turning in your assignments because I don't remember your name, so I'm not saying you haven't, but I doubt if you have. Because what I'm saying, most of the guys that take the course don't turn in their assignments, so they don't get the benefit of me critiquing what they do, so they don't learn from what they've done. Everything is relative. So
I think in my sense, in my case, I think what it is I already have confidence, but you know when you start listening to a lot of bullshit on YouTube and you start to soak in other people's fake philosophy and
stop
how
right
they
there. Stop right there. That shows you don't have no goddamn confidence. Because you listen to me,
no.
bro.
Okay.
Listen to
Can
me.
I just reiterate what say what I was gonna say? My confidence was sky high, and then I thought that I was missing something, or I was also trying to study the climate of the manuscript, and I allowed that to seep
All right,
into
man. You can believe
my
that if you want to. I don't believe that bullshit. If you want to believe it, fine. But I didn't have enough. You didn't fuck me up. I'm gone. You know, if that's what he want to believe, I'm not gonna tell him not to believe that shit. Caller, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Rose?
All right.
Shit, I don't give a fuck if you about to roast me, but what I'm about to tell you.
Come on, man.
But shit, man. Yeah, my bitch, she went away for for family vacation. She came back, pushy shade. I asked her if she cheated on me. She told me she did, and then she said, "Oh, nah, I take it back. I only told you that because I wanted you to, because I know that's what you want to hear." So I'm kind of confused. Like, bitch, did you cheat? Why are you telling me you did? Why would you make me want to feel like that?
Bro,
And
think about this, man. Just really think about this. If you didn't already think she was cheating, or if you didn't already think she would cheat, you wouldn't be asking her that shit because it wouldn't be on your mind. Right
what
or
you trying to
wrong?
say?
Right or wrong?
Absolutely,
So
yeah.
listen, what I'm saying is whatever the bitch say ain't got nothing to do with what's going on. You gotta address what you already feel. And if you feel the bitch is cheating, when the bitch came back, you should say, baby, when you left, I was already thinking this shit. But now, this, that, and the other happened while you was gone and shit. I just think you just doing some other shit. And whatever you think about that. Now, if it was me and I thought that, I don't know if I would lead that bitch, but I certainly would get me some bunch of bitches to fuck with. Cause I
Yeah,
don't.
absolutely.
I'm saying I'd do that. I don't know when the bitch leaving, but whenever she do, cause of whoever she like better than me, fine. Cause I got some bitches I'm starting to like better than her. I'm like a tit for tat motherfucker, man.
I mean, this bitch went into detail and then took it back and said, "I only told you that because I know that's what you want to hear." I'm like,
Hey man, so check this out, man. Are you listening to what she's saying, or are you thinking about the bitch, what she doing?
no, I was listening to what she was saying. I think I think that's a problem.
That is the problem. The bitch, fuck what she telling you she did. All the bitch got to do is tell me she was with another nigga. I already know what she did. I don't need no visuals. What I'm saying is the bitch is also showing you she's a scandalous motherfucking bitch that you shouldn't be fucking with.
Mm.
You don't want to hear that, huh? You
Yeah,
motherfuckers
nah,
kill me, man. You rather stay with this scandalous, fucked up bitch, keep yourself all fucked up in the head whenever she go out the door, so you can feel comfortable. You ain't comfortable with the truth. You comfortable knowing the truth, but not dealing with the truth. That's how you comfortable.
so you're saying I should lead a bitch?
Man, if the bitch was all that and she didn't did all what you said, I would have been gone when I'm telling me this. I'd be gone right now. Think about this,
Well,
man.
what's that?
Listen. The reason you should be that way It's because this bitch done gained your trust. So
Yeah.
any motherfucker that have your trust, once they lose it, you can't trust them no more. So why would you want to live that life?
I don't want to. I'd rather have a different bitch who holds it down.
Well, bro, your answer is there, man. You know, I ain't saying leave that bitch, but I'm saying, man, 2 and 2 is 4. And you could try to make it be what you want it to be, or you could deal with what it is. It's up to you how much time you got to waste on that bitch.
I ain't got much time.
You should have said you ain't got no time.
I ain't got no time.
You motherfucking right. Fuck that bitch. That it, bro?
Yeah, that's about it. Thank you, bro.
All right, man. Be cool. So, my thing. Oh, let me get this shit off here. Now, my first category of new tools is about the game, and it's some of the secrets that why is that happening? That you should know before going in. Now these are things that happen in the beginning of this life, and you got to adjust to this shit. I talk about how to make those adjustments. Now, then there's the second category about manning up. Some dudes think you can get involved with this shit and play from the outside or the shadows. This is the totally wrong way to go about turning out, and we discuss the correct things to do. The third category is about winning. And once you're on your path, certain things going to guarantee your success, and you need to know what they are. The fourth category is the important things about the integrity that you're going to need to be down. This, to me, is the most important category. It's not the most important category, but to me it is. In a new relationship, I show all my bad sides early on in the relationship. I believe if she stay around after dealing with the worst of me, it'll be a piece of cake to deal with the pleasant me. And I just can't help myself because I go hard all day long. I be trying to think of shit to work for me. What's going on, caller?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, Rosebud, it's good to talk to you, man.
All right, what's up?
Firstly, I just wanted to say it's an honor to be able to talk to you. My brother and I used to watch that movie you were in. I think it was called American Pimp.
Yeah.
But your scenes were like the best too. We would always replay them and watch them back because we thought it was so cool. But anyways, my question is more of like a life question. So I play semi-professional soccer, and I'm 27 years old, and I'm fairly close to going pro, I think, but it's really just taking up a lot of my time, and it's keeping me from being able to make money, because I'm not getting paid right now. And my question is, when should I know to really give up the dream, or if I should just keep pushing at it?
Well, it depends on if you're serious about you really close to going pro.
Yeah, I'd say like where I'm at, like the division I'm in right now is like one league below the professional league, but it's not like, even if I did give 1 year of a contract, it's not like I'm guaranteed that for many years, and it's really not that much money, to be honest. Like, the average salary is probably 40,000-50,000 in the U.S.
Well, check this out, bro. Check this out. Are you listening to the things you're saying about it right now to me?
What do you mean?
You didn't say nothing positive about it. You said a list of negative things.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, if that's the case, you shouldn't be tripping with that shit. Ain't nothing positive coming. Ain't nothing positive coming out of it for you. Now, listen to me. Why I always say go with your first thought. Because when you answered that question, you gave me your honest opinion. But if you start readdressing your answer, you're gonna change it to fit to sound what you was thinking as far as how you wanted it to sound. Because that honesty came out clear. Anything else you just gonna have to explain. And that's not real.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
So what you gonna do? I'm not saying are you finna quit right now, or I'm not saying anything about right now. I'm saying what has this few words made you start thinking?
I mean, it's honestly made me think I should just focus on a career or getting money outside of soccer, you know, because I love playing the game, but it's not paying, you know.
Well, when you a kid, the game you love is hella fun, and you ain't getting shit out of it but fun. But you 27 now, and time for fun is over.
Yeah, you're right.
Make your own choice, bro. But that's the shit you need to think about.
Yeah, what would you do if you were me?
What would I, man? I wouldn't do shit if I was you because I can't be you. If I was me, I would decide what's benefiting me. I'm a selfish bastard, period. Anything I decide is going to be about me. And if I could play and I had an agent and all that kind of goddamn shit, I would think about being a professional. But it don't sound like you have none of the shit you need to go professional, except the skills.
Right.
Do you have the other shit you need to go professional?
What do you mean by the other shit?
A manager, an agent, a direction that you're going in, different teams or leagues or shit that you're talking to that's actually paying.
Yeah, I mean, I have connections to get tryouts, but that's about it.
I ain't talking about trials. I'm talking about, do you have a manager? Do you have a agent, a sports agent?
No, sir.
So you ain't trying to be professional, man. You playing.
Yeah.
You wasting time, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, man, I'm gone. Caller, what's up?
Hey, Rosebud, it's Devin.
Devin, what's going on, man?
Oh, man, all kinds of stuff's going on. I had a minute to call in. I wanted to call in. So I just wanted to say that I think that you're like a blacksmith that makes knives. So my analogy is that you're like the grinding stone that sharpens a blade. And what I think is so cool about your course is that you're teaching people how to think. And what's so cool about it is how you can actually apply it towards every aspect of your life. And it's what's been so awesome for me. And I can't explain enough how much I appreciate you and what you do with your course, man. It's just so cool.
Hey, man, let me tell you something, bro. Every time you call in and give me that compliment or a similar compliment, I tell you the same thing. You the fucking, well, I would, no, I didn't have another guy sort of like you, but you up there with, it's you and that motherfucker, the best students I ever fucking had. I'm very serious, man. Out of all the motherfuckers, I think you'll remember me telling you this. You're the only one that would call in with examples of the shit you saying you learned. And you would call in or call me or email me or text me or whatever that day damn near. I would tell you something, and within that week, you calling me telling me how awesome it is. And you used to crack me up. Hey, man, how's that shit going with you, man? You selling jewelry?
Oh, so good, man. So good. I've got so much awesome stuff coming. And I just can't even begin to explain how much I'm excited to show you what I've got coming up, too. With what I've been applying from what I've learned from Sidewalk University. I honestly feel like it's hard to explain to people, which I know it's not really a good idea to explain to people,
Well, Devin, what it is, it is hard to explain unless you like uh, somebody like me that put it together. A person like you that benefited from it, it has so many benefits that you don't know where to begin to say or talk about the benefits. You know, it just, I believe it helped you that much. I'm not bragging about that. I'm saying you took it that serious. You took it to heart. And I'm telling you, everything I would talk about, you fucking would come with some example of how it works in your life with your jewelry making, with your traveling around, going to different concerts and shit. And everything we came up with, you did, man. And I just think you got the benefit of the course because of how you applied it. Not necessarily my teaching it or how good it is, but it is good like just about anything is if you do it the way it's supposed to be done. And you did, and I congratulate you on that again.
Thank you so much, man. And I think you're like a grinding stone too. You're not only are you the forge with the fire, and the hammer, but you're the grinding stone. And that's why the way you communicate with people and you break down the mentality of being a man and how important it is to start with the base material. You know, you're a man. You're like explaining to people, you're a man. You do man shit. It's like saying you're metal, yeah, but you gotta sharpen your metal and you gotta go through the fire in order to be sharp and be able to do what it is you really want to do. And that's what's so cool about your course is that you teach people literally how they can get anything they want in life as long as they apply thinking and understanding that there's a way to think. There's an actual, like you were saying a little bit ago, there's a format that you've got to apply your thinking towards. Once you understand the format, then you can apply it towards what you're trying to get, whether it's trying to get women or trying to get a job or trying to apply it to your business to take it to the next level. So I can't thank you enough, man.
Hey, you just did, brother, and you keep doing it every time you call in, man. You just make sure you be cool. Hey, stay in touch with me, man. I'm glad you called, man. Believe it or not, you had got off my mind.
I got some cool stuff coming up. And I wanted to also say one more thing. The idea of you reading your books.
Yeah.
Man, I think that's a solid idea, man. Your books are awesome. And if you were to read them, I think that the people that have graduated and just other people who haven't taken your course yet, just to hear your imagination and to hear your books and your voice would be the best idea of that. That's a great idea.
Hey, man. All of them. Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Thank you, man.
All right. Hey, you guys, see now that's some real shit to me. Not that everything else is bullshit, but what I'm saying is this was a very good student. A very good student. After he took it in and understood it and started really using it, he just shined. Everybody wants shit, but very few will go get it. You know, this man went and got what he wanted. I want this and I want that. And I would tell him, man, you can get it if you really want it, blah, blah, blah. And, man, he got it because he's very positive now. Well, he was all the time. Sidewalk U, we're known as the go-getters. This month, well, not this month, but time keeps going on. Excuse me. Time keeps going on, and, you know, the cold weather is starting to end, and it's hot as fuck here in Vegas. We're going to have a heat wave pretty soon. Well, what's even doper is you can grind in any weather. See, I make these videos that help bring about change. I'm graced and blessed to have met up with the real when I first set foot in Hollywood. Them motherfuckers was so fly, most motherfuckers was scared of them. But shit. Shantae, my dog, since the 70s. And now I'm talking about the 70s. And this is 2020, 2024. That's like 54 years that Me and that nigga been partners a long fucking time. But he always been real with me and I always been real with him. We done fell out several times. But you know, we got that dog in us and we always, you know, outlasted the bullshit. I'm fortunate to have lived a long and very fruitful life. I also realize my time on earth is coming to an end and I want to leave a message. You got to be able to feel when your golden years are approaching. You know, because when I was younger, I thought about if I should work and, you know, wait for retirement to travel and see the country, maybe the world, or should I travel while I was youthful and dedicate my golden years to working? I decided that I'd rather travel while I was young and work when I got older. The opposite of the way most people think. But for me, traveling while I was young is what made the years I have left golden. This caller, what's up?
What's up, Roseway?
I'm cool, man.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you a question. I always see online, like people are talking about don't date single mothers. Do you agree with that shit? And if you do, how do you handle dealing with them?
I don't agree with that. I'll date a single mother. I mean, not a single mother with a gang of kids, but if she got one or two, I'll date with. I'll fuck with her.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's all I wanted to ask because I always see that like online, like every video and shit. You know.
Well, the
So,
reason you don't want to
okay.
fuck with them is because you know you can't really. I ain't gonna say discipline them like be mean, but I'm saying that mother already have a particular opinion about how she want her kid to be fucked with, and you got to fit it, or you gonna have problems.
Yeah. I also feel like you know at the end of the day, like they expect you to take care of the kids too. You know.
If
Not
you,
just
hey
fucking
man,
one
if
person.
you fucking with the bitch, you supposed to take care of the kids. There is no
Yeah.
separate. That shit comes as
Yeah.
it's a package. And if you want to fuck
For
with
sure.
the broad, you got it. You don't have to take care of them. You don't have to buy their school clothes and none of that shit. But I'm saying, you know, if they wanted to go get an ice cream or something, and you had the time, blah blah blah, you can take them to do that shit, or errands or whatever the fuck, you know, being helpful or useful. But other than that, you don't owe her shit for them kids.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. I just want to say one more thing. You know, Rosebud, you're mad cool, man. For someone your age too, I want to be cool like that when I'm your age, man. I didn't know you could be that cool.
Well, man, now you know. All right, brother, be
Yeah,
cool.
sorry,
Well, you know, I love that shit, and especially when they say shit like that. But because I remember when I was coming up, there was some older dudes, Solomon, uh, damn whole bunch of motherfuckers, man. For whatever reason, I can't call their name right now. But I wanted to be like them motherfucker, man. And I ended up being like them. I'm just like them motherfuckers. So, uh, this shit that I'm living was no accident. My remaining years were made golden by my being a man of great character, great integrity, a top flight street player, and a gracious human being. I've grown to be a person willing to learn whatever it takes. Whatever it takes to make progress in my life. I promise myself to adhere to the notion each one teach one. That's why if it's about success, I've been successful because I didn't taught many, just many. But as far as SWU goes, what I've taught to just as many, but totally different from what I was as far as blessed with. It is, being a man, being responsible for yourself, being responsible for what you think. Period. You guys cannot think half of it. You got to think of it all. The thought is the beginning. There's a whole bunch of different parts to this thought before it's a complete idea. None of my being a top flight anything is important to you per se, but my being Rosebud the pimp and you with the knowledge that I'm now a professor with my own school is of interest to many. But not you, but what most people would gather or think is that I'm trying to turn out a whole bunch of pimps. No, I'm way, way past that. Because I'm giving you the why of it all. Why has been an allure to people, great thinkers, since the beginning of time. Scholarly people, men and women, have always seen why as a topic of discussion or debate, and they would theorize about it. I'm not speaking of how good a person I am or the changes I've made, most likely means nothing to you. But I'll bet my last dollar a lot of you want to know why I retired. Most of you won't accept it. It's really true. I am retired, and I'm sure a lot of that of non-accepting is because I'm always on this social media talking some goddamn shit. What I mean is from my earliest memories. For some goddamn reason, I wanted to be important. For me, being the center of attention, which I was coming up, was not enough. I had to be special in my own special way. I don't mean I wanted treatment other than I deserved, because I knew I would deserve special treatment. I've always been a standout motherfucking sports, and in just about anything I pursued. I was in the higher echelon of everything, but where I shine the most was talking shit. We used to have singing contests, and that'd be a whole group of us walking home or walking around at lunchtime, whatever. And we didn't schedule this thing. Nigga, meet me at lunchtime. We gonna have a kind, because me and this nigga talk shit. Anyway, you get to the singing contest and you start talking shit. And when he says something that I don't necessarily agree with or don't like, I'll take it and say it back in a real negative way. And we just start singing. And then when you ain't really got nothing to talk about that he said, you talk about the nigga clothes, talk about his hair, talk about his house. I mean, you just talk about it, and they talk about his mama. We was crazy. And we do that all the way home. And when we got home, and when we get home, we just go our separate ways to our house. And then the next morning, it would be all over. We wouldn't even be thinking about this a whole new day. We walk into school and might not even sing on each other. We was crazy. But I deserved to be special. I've always, been a standout. And I grew up competing and losing to all my brothers. And through it all, I really wanted to be a well-known person. I didn't especially want to be a fucking entertainer, but that would have worked. I certainly didn't want to be no kind of politician or any kind of leader. But I did have a great thirst to be an important person. And I don't know really where that shit came from, but if anyone influenced me in that direction, it was my father. Clint Dixon was quite a well-known man in the city of Vallejo. He had a lot to do with how the city survived, but he was not a politician. He chaired a lot of our city committees, and he was always having some kind of meeting at our house concerning the well-being of our community, the Crest. But that wasn't his job. He was an electronic. Today he'd be one of those dudes who work on computer boards. He never ran for any office, but the major players of the city, from the mayor to the police chief down to the city councilman, always seek out his advice on things concerning the citizens or the politics of Vallejo. My father was kind of the voice for the community, representing the voiceless. Now, he also was the first black Chevron service station owner in Vallejo. He was a 36-degree Mason and a truly great father. That nigga was low key, but when someone had an idea that make the city or the community better, they came to Pops. And if it was a sound, then he would do all he could to make it happen. And when he passed, the Mason stood guard over my dad's body for 72 straight hours. And he is buried with many honors from that group of men because his respect was earned the hard way. Caller, what's up?
Hello, Rosebud. My
Hey.
name's Josiah. I'm from the UK.
What's
My
happening?
question is, how do you... Yeah, I'm good. My question is, how do you rehearse a planned conversation?
How do you what?
Rehearse a planned conversation.
Okay, you guys need to understand some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'm finna answer that, this shit is in my course. And I don't like answering the shit that's in my course because that means you getting for free what people pay for. But to answer your question, how do you practice a planned conversation? You first got to plan that conversation, make up whatever it is. But you don't have no format, so you don't know how to make it up. But first, you make it up and you practice it at home. You practice it in the mirror. And then when you feel you cool, you go out and practice it. But then how the fuck are you going to know or judge it? This is the key. You got to record that shit. And then you go home and listen to it. But you don't listen to it to cream on yourself and say, oh, God, I sound good. You listen to it the exact opposite because you know what a conversation should entail. You look for all those things in what you're doing. If your voice is up and up, do you sound passive? Are you assertive? You got to look for all of that goddamn shit. And then you adjust it as you see fit. And by the 20th time you use that motherfucker, it's dope. Now, I gave you a lot of shit for free, man. But everything I do on this shit is for free. But did you pick up what I just said?
Yes, I did, and I'll listen back to it.
Well, I hope you picked it up because I gave you some shit. That's what we call jewels. You just got a jewel.
Yeah.
So take that shit and use it. You got anything else?
I will. Well, on the weekend, Saturday, I listened to one of your videos on your other channels on planning a conversation, and I tried it out. I planned my conversation, but when I went to approach the girl, I sounded a bit like robotic.
Well, let me tell you something, man. You guys are fucked up because you're from this world of instant gratification. How are you going to watch a video, not do none of the stuff it takes, and then try to do what it says do? If you practiced your arsenal first before you said something to her, you would have heard you sound robotic. But that's only natural because you're repeating something that's written down and you need to say it. That's why you got to say it several times before you fucking go use it. You get all that when you fuck with me. But you guys, you can get some serious information and fuck it off because you don't know how to use it. Period. Then you'll think the shit don't really work. No, you're not working. You got anything else, bro?
No, that's it. Thank you. God bless.
All right, man. Be cool. So, when you the kind of person that earn your way or your accolades, you earn it the old-fashioned way, that means you're willing to work for whatever you get. And you're going to set a lot of precedences for black men. Or for not just black men, any man. And you'll become a role model for a lot of people. Not a role model in the way people use that word or those words today, but a role model because it's something to emulate. Willie Mays wasn't no role model for a motherfucker, but you wanted to emulate him if you played baseball, and especially if you played center field, you did everything he did damn near. But it wasn't because he was your role model, it was because he was fucking good. One thing I know for a fact is my dad was proud of me. I said that to say he knew what I did, but I'm a respectful son in all aspects of my parents, and I would never floss or acknowledge I was a pimp to either of them. But I remember when I bought that goddamn Rolls Royce. I rode to Vallejo and went to my parents' home to pay them a quick visit. My pops was in his normal attire, his blue overalls, and this twisted up little fucking hat he would wear while he was working in the yard. I never fronted with my hoes, but this time I had 4 white bitches with me. So I ran up to Pops, shook his hand, and then went in to kiss Moms. When I came back out, I was smiling and told Pops of my accomplishment in buying this fucking Rolls Royce cash. Pops put his foot on the shovel and he said, "Boy, you really think you doing something, don't you?" And I say, "Pops, this is a Rolls Royce." And I reached in my back pocket and pulled out the pink slip. And I wanted to emphasize, I cashed this motherfucker out. I showed that shit to my father, and he chuckled as he started walking back towards the backyard, and he looked at me. Now, I walked over to my pops, and he told me something that let me see just why I was such a hoe magnet. He said, "Boy, I seen a time in my life when it took me 30 days of 1 month and 15 days of the next month just to see my women." Pops told me that. And then he walked further into the backyard and he stopped and turned and started walking back towards my car. As he did, he was that dude was smiling and looking at my rings. He grabbed my hand and he examined my rings as we walked. And when we got to the car, I introduced my father to my hoes, my broads. Never had I done that before. Afterwards, I hopped in and backed out. And when I put my car in drive, my father gave me his approval for one of the few times in my life. And I was stoked when he did. As I drove off, I heard my father say, "Do it, boy." All of us would have just about done anything to hear it. either of our parents give us a compliment. That was hard to get from my parents. We ain't complimenting you on being my son. Shit. Do you do you want to know what most every woman wants and desire in a man? It's for the man in front of her to be able to show her how likable he is. A likable personality in a man is determined very quickly by a woman. Oh shit, I'm really going over time. Well, I'm gonna finish this. So each of you guys, need to hone what is likable about you and learn to converse on the many facets of your character. I think it took me over 170 hours of editing to get to that 4.5 hours you have on my course. I'm dedicated to doing the right thing and learning about what the hell I'm getting into. I was blessed to get all the equipment and software I needed to make major moves. Even though I was pressed for time, I learned all that shit and got to where I could do big things with it. I saved almost $8,000 on my course because I took it upon myself to learn some of the shit I was scared of. No matter what you're doing, take the next step and quit bullshit. All right, you guys. This was a cool. You guys got to call in more, man. Shit. I can't complain because I got calls, but just wasn't enough. Call in so we can kick it, goddammit. Sidewalk, no. Sidewalku.thinkific.com. I'm gone.